Here we are with Amoeba Wars. If, you know, this is just a mechanical part of setup, but it's variable enough, unlike just dealing out cards, that I wanted to highlight it. So let me find me a die. Got an extra die here. And we'll roll for a number of planets for the amoebas. They get 4 of these. One, there are none with 1 except this, which everything around it's got an amoeba, so no biggie. Second one, 6. I think I have some 6s. 6 is the yellow. So these 2 planets can get hit. I didn't mention Saster is a special planet. It counts as a 6 even though it's one big planet. Well, there we go. All right. So now we do this one first, and we roll for planets around it. And we're interested in getting, well, a 3 or any number could cause an issue. So 4, that's going to spread to all of them. Okay. That was that one. Now we go down here. We make another roll. 2. I know that goes here. We got to check the rules for the amoeba spread, whether it's greater than or equal to. I don't remember. It attacks every solar system dice tossed equal to or less. So we get this one as well. Okay, so that was 2 of these checks. Third check. We're on 1s. We got a couple of 1s to check. We'll do this one up here. I do shake. All right, the 5 first. Got a 2 there. Well, we get a 2. That goes into here. This goes away. Goes away. This one down here again has a 2. 5. That's going to be everything. And there's a whole mess of amoebas out here then. This is the last roll. 6s. Well, this is a 6 and this is a 6, but they're filled. And I don't see any other yellow planetary systems that have an amoeba on them. So that's the initial setup. Now I have to shuffle the cards and deal 3 to each player and then start the play. The first player, but you know, this guy, his ability, if read the way the rules say, looks kind of like, at least the way I was interpreting him, looks kind of like it could have just been said, they always place last. That's different from placing face down, which would be the other way you could interpret it. It's a pain in the ass. I don't know. Send ships lost in battle, yeah, okay. So I could get a dreadnought. I could activate a doomsday machine. That will let me do all kinds of other stuff. Activate or acquire a cruiser. Now, the problem is these would go to just about everyone else. So I'm going to play this. And, you know, maybe somebody's stuck having to give me good stuff. Eventually that happens. Second player. An amoeba attack must use. I get everything. Everything else is activate doomsday machines. I'll do this. Might as well. Might be more helpful, but at least, you know I get to do that. I don't know. Each Space Lord uses only the card he played, plus acquire 2 battle stars. Ooh. Well, that's a pretty damn good card. Successful ambush by an amoeba. That's not terribly impressive. What's the amoeba attack going to be? Is that a whole campaign? No, I guess it's this. Yeah, it's one campaign. This is clearly the best card. Get 2 cookies. And I don't have to do any of the other shit. Successful ambush by an amoeba was... The player may select either an empty or one occupied by ships and take it. There's nothing terribly valuable to that. So, do I want to just give everybody a dreadnought? 2 of the 3 cards out there are already like blah, which makes this kind of appealing. But it does mean that everybody else gets to play good cards, and that's 3 more players. I'm going to hold this until I'm in a better position and play that. Okay. Now this doesn't mean I have to play it. It means if I play it, there's an amoeba attack. I don't really want an amoeba attack. I want to keep these low. I'm going to play the laser. That'll give me a chance at shooting that amoeba. That seems appealing. This is poke an amoeba, zap an amoeba. Can't be in the inner circle. I could get rid of one that's near me. I could provoke one. There's ones near other people, not really near me. I could try to drag them that way. Or I could just acquire... Oh, no. He didn't play the cookies. Gives me the zap. The laser attack, which is also useful. I think I want to poke an amoeba. Because I think I could cause problems with one like this that can't hurt me, but might cause issues to him. Now, he gets to place his face down, which doesn't make a damn bit of difference. Berserk Doomsday Machine, not really terribly bad. Ambush by an amoeba is more powerful, so I'm going to play the Berserk Doomsday Machine. Okay, that got me... That's 42. That's the highest. I'm going to need something to indicate who the first person is. You might not need this when playing in an opposed game as much, but it is kind of a big deal. Okay, Berserk Doomsday Machine. That is going to... Well, there's 2 on the board. I might as well fire that one off, see what happens. Where does it go? 1, 2, 3, etc. 5 is this way, and now it gets another attack, and we'll do it the same way. 1, 2, 3 heads off this way, and now it's done. That kills this card. I'll discard, keep my discards over there. There's room, but I'd rather keep them away. Now I get my builds. I have 2 points of ships that I can build. I'm not facing enemies right now, so I'm just going to build me some scouts, because scouts are better for advancing. And I can attack. This is the easiest place I can attack. These are my most valuable, these are the most valuable locations near me. I'm going to go into here, sending 5 ships to 3. I'll use the red die for myself, I guess. I got 5 ships. Okay, so I win the battle. I get in there for free. I'm going to push everybody into there. This is a 5. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll send 5 against 5 this time. Again, the red die is mine. That's a tie. I win the battle. two of my ships, no, sorry, one of my ships is killed, and I can move in. I'll move everything in. You know, it might be worth leaving a better ship there. There's an amoeba nearby. Fuck that. To keep connectivity is the thing I'm thinking. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 4. I'll do that. I get a win this time. I am going to send just a scout in there. And I'm going to call that the end. I don't really know that I should have gone in there. I could have pulled more in and gone for this. My odds are getting low, though, as my fleet reduces. Now we look for the next number. Next number is this 40, an amoeba attack. This is an attack campaign, right? Yeah. So we actually just roll a die for what planets are impacted. This could be ugly. That's a 5. Amoebas on 5s. 5s are, we just took one, green. So this is a 5. This is a 5. That's it. All right, this one. It's got a 1, which it'll automatically expand to, and a 4 next to it. We go into both. See what I mean about it being kind of like Wizard's Quest, though, with the orcs expanding all over the place. And the other 5, oh, where it was, down here, we have a 1, 4, 2. No, sorry, a 4 and a 2. The 1 has an amoeba on it. We got a 5, so we're going into both of those. That'll kill this. If I had more ships there, might not have. Amoeba goes away. Cards are going to get partially sorted as you're playing. That is something kind of problematic. No worse than a bridge or something where they end up by suit. And the yellow player. Yellow player gets 2 things. I'm close to amoebas. I need these. Again, what's my special ability? Amoebas don't eat as many of my ships. Which way do I want to go? Right? It was pretty obvious here which direction to head in. It's less obvious here. And, you know, to some extent, like, this is safer than this, which is something to keep in mind. If you're near the amoebas, there are issues with going in that way. So I'm going to head this way just because at 5 to 3. We win the battle. I send everything except the monitor, which is immune to amoebas, therefore, and nobody's got the hyperspace, do they? No. Okay. Oh, shit. Nobody's got cookies. I forgot. Fuck me. All right. Let's back this up. That was his amoeba attack. Let's get these back here. So easy to... Okay, so part of my confusion was that cookies card, but so easy to screw up. He got all these cards before he made these attacks. So he'd be poking an amoeba is 35. Yeah, poke an amoeba for 35. What amoeba do we want to poke? I think we had decided this might be a good choice to try to limit this guy's capability going forward. You have to remember these haven't been occupied yet. I'll flip them over. Or have they? Yeah, they have. I just had that. I just had that effect. But these haven't been occupied yet. So, yeah, I screwed up. Okay, let's back everything up. Let's back everything up. So I took two of these, and one was here. All right. We're going to have to redo his entire turn. He didn't get those die rolls because this advance wouldn't have killed his ship and all that. Okay, now I can provoke an amoeba. Let's provoke this one. Make life a little harder on everybody, I guess. I don't know. That's a 4. That's 2 more amoebas. See, I forgot that I have to play all the cards. Well, I didn't have to play this one. Now we go down to the next one. That was 35. 34 is the Doomsday device. I'll activate this and send it there. No harm in that. 33 or 34 was our last number. 22 is Laser Beam and Amoeba. I want to hit this one. That is anyone enemy? No, can't hit amoebas. I can hit a spaceship or Doomsday as a laser beam attack. I was planning on heading towards him. I'll go a +1 on his cruiser. Okay, we got tied, so the cruiser dies. Okay. And the last one is I get a dreadnought. Now, I get to buy my ships, two scouts, like I said. I get to do the attacks that I wanted to do. And we'll do them a little different this time. 5 against 3, +2. We win, we move in. 5 against 5 here. We lose, but it's only 1 ship because there's no amoeba there. Oops. Still 5 against 5. We lose. Our first time was much better. Keep going. We make it at a loss. I'll go in. Now I only have 4 ships. I'm going to stop there. I've got a pretty good defense. That is his play as first player. Now we go here. This is another amoeba campaign. Those are dangerous. All right. I roll a die. It's planets with 1. There's 1. Always seem to draw the 5. There's 1. There's 1. This one's there, but it doesn't matter. It can't possibly do anything. So we look at the numbers again. 5, 6, 7. 5 goes first. We roll a die. And you can see, this is why I rated it a 5. It's got this annoying amount of mechanical shit happening and so many things that you just don't control. The game does get more interesting as you go on. Number 6 there needs a 3 to get a successful attack. He does. Goes in. Now, I gotta be careful with ships because the one guy only loses 1 ship for amoebas. That accounts for amoeba attacks as well. And then over here, 4 is my little number. I get a 1. That means this amoeba has no chance of expanding. All right, he's done his amoeba attack now. Now we find, what was it, 35. I can poke an amoeba. Well, this is the best amoeba for me to attack, I think. So I'll roll that. That needed a 4 to go anywhere, so nothing. The Doomsday Device. Okay. I don't know. Let's move it further away from me. Getting a second Doomsday Device on the board is kind of hard to do. Like, it's kind of hard to decide to do that. 35, 34, 22. Laser attack. This is the yellow player here. Well, I was going to head this way. Now there's an amoeba there. I think I still want to go that way, which means I'll plink a blue. What do I want to hit of blues? I'll go for a cruiser because I at least have a +1 on it. Nope. And these can kind of cause some, you know, animosities. Big deal. It fixes itself quickly enough. And then I get a dreadnought. And I get my builds, which I will be taking the 2 scouts for. And I gotta swap batteries. The third player is orange here. He gets to poke an amoeba. Green is somewhat disturbing to him. And I could kind of fuck with green pretty hard. No, because this monitor, that doesn't really do much to me. So I'm gonna poke this amoeba. That's a 4 or a 5. Nope. Activate Doomsday. I don't want it near me. This reminds me, by the way, of Dragon Hunt, where multiple people get control of the creature and bounce it back and forth and stuff. Again, similar ideas in there. I get the laser beam. What do I want to laser? Yeah. He's pissing me off. I'm going to try to kill a dreadnought on him. That's at even. I do not. I get my build of 2 ships. This is threatening. However, I need to expand a little bit to have better positioning. I need to get some more production. My special is, ooh, I send people to the time warp. That's not good. Provoke an amoeba goes away. I got my dreadnought, yeah. Okay, so I'm going into there 5 versus 4, so I'm at +1. I lose a ship. I get to move everything in. I'm counting on... He's got production from here, but he's cut off. So that's problematic for him. He's not going to be building a fleet here and being able to attack me particularly strong. This is a powerful ship. I got a good chance, especially if I play a high-valued card next time, which I have a zap. That's not too bad. It's one reason to hold high-valued cards. Everybody played them. It's probably not worth it. Okay. Now I'm going to go for here. That is 5 versus 6. Not a good roll. I lose. 1, 2. Now I'm down to 4. I'm going to go 4 versus 3 here. +1. I succeed in killing an amoeba. I can move down there. This is pretty useless. Although my chances of dying are worse out here, so I'll bring this here. I'm going to stop there, actually. I didn't make as much gain, but I'm connected at least. That's going to put me to the next number, which is probably the Doomsday Device. Doomsday Device by blue. Blue is going to send it here. Keep it away, keep it away. I get to discard my Doomsday Device. I look around, I got a zap and I got a laser beam, not a zap and amoeba. I thought that was a zap and amoeba. Why did he play the laser beam? Did he have a Zap and Amoeba and I didn't play it? No. Okay. Blue can laser someone. Why didn't yellow go? Shit. Yellow was supposed to go, and he didn't take his turn. This is the complexity of working around all these things, and then I forget to take my turn. Let me do yellow's turn before, because he would have gone. That would be before orange, but you know, I get tied up on everything, and it's very easy. So this is less defensible. Which way did we want to go? We want to go, we'll go against this at 5-3. We beat the Amoeba. We push everything forward. Five to 4, 5 to 5 up there. I win. I leave my damn Amoeba, or my damn little scout there, because even if I get cut off, I can put production here, and I can keep trying to create that shell for myself that you want eventually. I'll go against here. I've got 5 to 4. That's not good enough, and I'm only eaten once though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll do that again. 5 to 4. Try to get more production. I succeed this time. Get rid of the Amoeba. This is a less important location. I'm gonna put 3 ships in there. Okay. That'll save me from 1 Amoeba attack. Right then. So now we did orange, and that means we go to the next one, which was the Doomsday by blue. Blue gets to continue its actions. I wanted to laser beam something. I'll laser beam that at +1. Fails. I get a Dreadnought. I get my production. Phew. So, production of 2 could only get me a cruiser. That's not really worth it. I think I'll go this way. I'm 5 versus 4 there. I succeed. And push everybody forward. Five versus 6 there. I don't like doing this, but I get even. That kills one of my ships, and I get to send everybody into there. And now here it's against an Amoeba, which sucks. I have 1, 2, 3, but I have the 5 versus 3. That's pretty good, so I'm going to go for that extra production. Well, +2, yeah, I get in there. And I'm just going to send that in, I think, because I don't really want to send too many ships that way. All right. That's blue's turn. Now we look for the next player, red. And this is going to get harder if I fuck up and forget to move somebody, because, you know, right now it's clear I forgot to move somebody, but later on, nah, not so clear. This is not a game that's a lot of fun solo because of this kind of thing. I think I'm going to step back a lot where I can pay more attention and just give you kind of reports on what's going on very, very shortly because of the annoyance factor here, as opposed to the very, very interactive attack sub that I just played, which didn't bother me at all. I was like, bing, 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 bing. Here, there's just too many things to track between the numbers of the cards, where you have to do all the cards and then remember to do all your other shit. I got a laser. Not happy with him. I'm going to plink that. That's at +1. Leave something empty like that. It's not good. Didn't get it. There goes my laser. I get a dreadnought. My monitors can move. Ooh. I'm going to take my 2 scouts. Well, isn't that special? Unfortunately, my monitor is defending my home world, which is useful, and nobody's taken the repositioning, but nobody's really needed to. Okay, I forgot about that. I am worried about this, but I kind of feel like I have to blow this up if I'm going to bring my monitors around. Doesn't seem like a bad idea. 5 to 3 there, +2. Take an amoeba out. I have to leave a ship behind. I'm just going to leave a crappy little scout. 5 to 2 here. That didn't work. That's 2 ships down. And this is painful because my numbers are not good at this point. He's going to be able to do nastiness to me if I don't cut him. I still got 5 to 2. See, the other option would be to go at evens against this thing. 5 to 2. 5 to 2 is a 2-point advantage. That means it's a tie. I lose 2 more ships. But I get rid of the amoeba. And I guess I sail all this power into there. Can't go for this, but I can go for this. Now, orange sends things into the time warp. That's problematic. But I'm at +2 on my attack roll against his dreadnought. 3, I kill a dreadnought. And he doesn't go in there. +2 again. Kill another dreadnought. There's no ability to retreat in this. +4 against the scout. You can see those monitors are potent. +4 against the scout. Okay. I've gotten to here. I will take everything. I'm not thrilled about this dreadnought being there. I don't know. I could keep flying and just take him out if I get lucky. Let's do it, man. Because that will buy me a lot of respite against him. But I've got this thing in my way here. +3 against the cruiser. I take it out. And now it's time to expend my advantage on an even die roll against monitor. I lose. Well, that sucked, but I set him back hard to the point where, you know, his 2 production isn't likely to get him very far onto me. His monitor can't move, so my big danger is all the amoebas around me. That was red. Purple only gets a dreadnought. Doesn't get to do any of that other cool stuff. Nobody's got cards out anymore. And I get my production, which will be a couple of scouts, because I definitely don't want to go this way, do I? I don't have that kind of firepower, which means I probably want to leave that alone. And we'll go into there. 5 versus 4. You can see how annoying this gets. 5 versus 6. I don't like doing that. Oh, purple can place reinforcements anywhere. They don't have to trace. That's a powerful ability. I lose 1. Gotta outroll him. May not have 5 anymore. 2, 4. Yeah, we'll keep going. 5 versus 6. I think we're screwed now. 1. We're at 5. I'll do it once more. 5 versus 6. Okay, that's tied. So I lose 1, but I get to go in. I could go 3 versus 3 here. I don't want to do that. I'm going to stay and hold as it is. Again, I could reposition if I wanted to defend this, but I could have put less ships in. That's the end of a turn. We're going to be starting up there, and everybody gets a card. It's definitely time to make a decision on what this actually means. You may choose to skip your turn to play a power card. That sounds like I don't have to put one down at all. Instead, you may reveal your power card at any time that you wish, in most cases after all other cards have been revealed. I think it's pretty damn clear. I get to go last. There's no reason for me to look and play one. It might influence other people if I play one, but it doesn't say I play it upside down or anything like that. I'm better off just holding. That means blue is once again my first player, and let's take a look. So, a hyper jump with 7 points of ships, that could get me significantly further out of the way. But instead, I'm going to acquire a cruiser because the hyper jump's kind of powerful. I hate having to play this. It's the highest card I have that I can play. Coming here. All right. Got a couple of these Doomsdays. This is, again, one of those nice ones. I'm revealing it early. But I get a battle star, I get a cookie and a dreadnought. Do I need that yet? Nah. Let's grab what we can. And again, you know, see what happens when we gain, you know, when we're in last and get to play that and make the decision or whatever. Right now, I got a pretty high number. I'm okay. That'll be all the production cards, which is pretty much the important thing. Okay. Successful ambush by an amoeba. I believe that allows me to just pick an attack that an amoeba makes. This would be purple. Can't go here, but I could cut him in half. That's neat. Each Space Lord uses only the card he plays, plus get the 2 cookies. Hard call there. Do I want the ambush or do I want cookies? Again, there's 3 more players to go. I don't really need the cookies. Play the ambush. Over here. All right. There's not a lot available yet. A hyper jump, something that allows me to get a cruiser and takes his cruiser. I'm over here. An amoeba attack is not something I want to do. I don't have a lot of ships that I want to hyper jump. That would be my first card too. So I actually don't have any. So definitely the cruiser here. Orange. Could zap an amoeba. I have no desire to do that. The amoebas are probably working for me. I get, that's a 15. I might as well play the 13, the worst of the acquire a cruiser. A lot of cruisers coming out. And now this guy who actually was going first gets to play right now, which is green. Want to plink anything? Or do I have an amoeba ambush I want to make? Kind of don't like this situation here. And that's open to an ambush. I'd go before him. Definitely not playing the 2 cruisers. If the cookies were out, I would. Successful ambush or a laser beam. The laser beam could be impressive too, but I'm going to play the ambush. Okay. And that means the highest number is this Doomsday device. I'm going to kind of come back after each player does all their stuff, unless something exciting is happening. I think. You think that's about the right level of detail. Yellow expands, and I may not come back after. It's not going to be too exciting. What they did, I'm not sure how valuable it was. They did 2 ambushes by amoebas. I think they cut this, but I'm not sure. It may have been, I don't know what it was. Oh no, they cut this. And they cut this. Why? Why would yellow go after red? That makes no sense. That was, I think, a dreadnought there. I would rather cut purple here. I probably thought it was purple. Okay. Giving me a little bit more breathing room up there, although I'm heading this way. And moved my, oh, I know why, because I was picking on red with this thing. But that was just to get the Doomsday away from me. Got a bunch of cruisers and built a whole shitload of scouts because I've got an amoeba problem around me. I have a lot of production, 5 points of production, but it all had to be built here. Maybe that doesn't make sense because I'm trying to build up to get to here. So what if instead I spent 4 of these and bought me a cookie, which would have a chance of taking that. That would give me strength here. Now the problem is things are a little fucked up. I'm facing blue, but blue went the other way with their fleet. So yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, well, my cookie got eaten right away. So I decided to try to hook myself up so that I could build throughout my territory. That didn't work. I'm gonna hold now. Now the real question is this the positioning I want? I think so, because blue's not really in a position to sweep in with a lot of force here and attack this. So having that extra buffer there makes sense. And that's gonna move me to the next, which is gonna be an amoeba poker. Paul's not too worried about being disconnected. So, yeah, I'm worried about this getting killed though. That's the problem. That thing could go in there so easily. How high a number card do I have? I have this, which would somewhat protect me, but one person could still smack into me. But yeah, I'll go with that because red could get completely knocked out of the game, whereas I cannot, as long as I have any production capability. So I'll pass on that. We got not amoeba poker, amoeba ambusher. Picking on red seemed like a good idea for people because red has a nice establishment. If they go ahead of orange, which they do, they could take orange out of the game and then be in a very powerful position. How likely is that? It's not. Because they have to get here and then they're not allowed to move ships into their own area except as that final repositioning. Player did our repositioning yet. All the attacks had to come out of here. I didn't really worry about, hey, am I hooked up or not? I attacked into here, had some losses, so I just shifted everything into here where red and orange aren't going to be able to fuck with me, you know, at this point. And the amoeba is not going to be able to hurt me. Can't be hurt here by an amoeba because of the monitor. These fleets aren't strong enough to attack a monitor. We don't have the kind of production to build big ships and really run them out of the way. So I feel pretty safe. The only person who had really strong offensive capability was this guy. His monitor heading out here could have been a knockout blow. He actually, you know, by losing his monitor, he gave up his big advantage, but it could have gotten him so that he knocked a player out of the game and had a big connected section going through all of here It didn't work out that way, though. It was too potent, too many people hit it. Got the 3 bonus cruisers still, which the higher card players had. I don't know what I have in hand. A hyper jump, that's not good. Okay, well, that's not great. I connected myself up, but I'm still very vulnerable, both to being cut by amoebas or by this thing just knocking me, so that, like, I have 2 ships and that's it to try to find my way home. That would be really ugly. Blue and orange. Blue connecting themselves up. Orange just building ships and kind of sitting back saying, wow, this sucks. You know, I had to be, it's like in a game of Titan, right? Where somebody decides to jump on you with their Titan on the first turn of the game. They bring the angel in and they don't hit your Titan, they wipe out your stack, and they're pretty wiped out. So now you're down to 1 stack and not in great shape. And the other guy kind of just bashed himself in and weakened his Titan stack, maybe to just his Titan. You know, it just feels like that kind of situation where these 2 players have been weakened tremendously by the choices that Red made. Red is actually not in that terrible a shape, comparatively, because they have a lot of ships. But we'll see what that turns out as we go to the next round. But did I play the highest card? I don't know who played it. I forgot to move my rock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was the Doomsday Machine. I don't remember who the fuck played that. Son of a bitch. Yeah, this is why I have the rock, is to remind me. But again, the mechanisms of the game and playing it solitaire especially make it really hard to fucking remember who played first. On the bright side, I have this all on video so I can go back and see. On the dark side, I hate to fucking do that because it means I have to kind of sort through the videos, but at least I kind of know where it's going to land. So I'll go do that. Okay, after a little bit of video exploration, I determined it was over here. Did some spamming too. Now we deal out another round of cards. I'll do one more round, then load this up, messy and butchered as I've made it. See, there was another card that was marked, but this one's really badly done. And you know, this was right from when I bought the game brand new. Tried to be careful, it tore. These things do. It sucks. All right, what do I got? This is a shitty card unless you don't have a lot of production in comparison to everyone else, because it gives you, you know, everything they get, but wow, is it not good. Gives me the Doomsday. I might be able to knock Red out of the game with this, more or less. And do I care about that? Is that something I want to do? Red's a counterpoise to purple. I kind of don't necessarily want to do that. On the other hand, my other choice is this thing, which I let everybody get their production. Again, definitely not something I want to play first. Let's do the Doomsday. It's not bad. Over here, purple. Get my own thing, which is powerful. And ambush 2 cookies. And that makes that almost useless, but again, you want to go late when you play those if you can. Successful ambush by an amoeba. I would be giving that to yellow because the Doomsday is ahead. He can't hit me with it. Seems good. General wide-scale amoeba attack or provoke an amoeba. Either one gives me the Doomsday device, lets me pull it away. Which one do I want more? Wide scale attack's more dangerous. Might need it at some point, but not yet. And note that red could produce things. He just can't produce a monitor without paying the extra buck for that one. Lasering something. Orange feels like I'd be safe playing this. Like nobody really gives a shit. Nobody's going to pick on me with it is, I guess, the answer. You know, red might pick on that. That would suck. But giving red an extra cruiser might not matter. I'll take the cruiser. More worried about it. I don't have to play. I don't want to. That's how I read it. Give people stuff or a hyper jump with up to 7 points of ships. Yummy. I mean, I have a fleet here. I'm set up to build. If an amoeba goes across, though, I'm in trouble. I'll play this. Now we go back to him and he gets his choice. An amoeba attack would give me all kind of things. Laser beam, not really too interesting. A couple of cruisers, you know, not terribly interesting. Do I want that hyper jump? Well, I don't know. A lot of people get this. That was why it was iffy. I would like to cancel that out is what I'd like to do. Let's do an amoeba campaign and see what happens. All right, so that's a 41 up there. I think that's the high guy. I will roll this up. It's a bunch of mechanical stuff happening. So much of this game is mechanical bullshit, basically. You know, the cool parts, the card play aspect is kind of cool. Somebody else pointed out, and I agree, there's sort of a two-plane nature to this, which is a fleet that works against planets and amoebas doesn't work against ships very well. So you need a mixed fleet or whatever to be able to plow your way all the way through anything. It's not as interesting, you know. I mean, Corrupt Bargain had something similar, but the planes there were like, well, you win on this side or you win on this side, just like La Foile Glaive, where you're fighting on two realms and you kind of have to set it up right so that you win on both. That's not what this is. Here, you're fighting on one realm, but you need different tools to deal with different problems. And I find that intriguing, honestly. But anyway, let's go with him, and I'll come back with my reports. Green went first. They get the rock. Okay, I remembered to do it. Their actions, the amoeba attack that they didn't do much at all. I don't know what. The Doomsday, and they poked an amoeba. I don't know what happened with that. They wiped out some of this shit, which maybe they shouldn't have done. They fired the Doomsday device into here, hoping to wipe this shit out and get away from here. See what happens. Well, they got the Doomsday device killed, but killed a purple ship with it as well. Ambushed by an amoeba. I don't remember what that did. I mean, it's really, I think they plinked something that wasn't too important to them. Probably a red thing. But then they'd use the hyper jump to get in here with a couple of dreadnoughts. They didn't have a scout to throw in there, fine. And they won this. That means they have this for production this turn. Plus, they're going to have a cruiser that I get to place before the production actually happens. But I'm aligned up with 6 points of production. This is pretty appealing to me. Some of that production could be a 5-point monitor, and I don't know what else to do, but see, here's the problem. Now I'm spread out between two places where there's two enemies who can get at me and clearly doing very well. I think I want to buy the monitor because that protects me somewhat from the amoebas, but that means all I have is this, and I'm not sure what I wanted to do with it. Red player who is essentially out of the game. This doesn't help me. It's not the thing that lets me build where I am. I therefore don't get anything. I can provoke an amoeba. I think I just want to try to suicide so I can leave the table, because I'm still technically in the game as long as I have pieces on the board. Although no group in the world would mind if I left at this point, because I've got absolutely nothing I can do. I'm just a target. I pick on green instead of knocking myself out because they just fucked me over, but you know, it was going to happen. I provoked this amoeba, it didn't work, placed the doomsday device, and then did the successful ambush to get into there, which cuts them off, so at least they can't build here, but it doesn't make much difference. Next, they have the ability to move the doomsday device. The next thing down is successful ambush by... I'm not even allowed to use the hyper jump with the one ship and try to take something. Successful ambush by the amoeba. I could take red out of the game, but honestly, as the blue player, I would rather red stay around. If they beg me to take them out, sure, whatever. That is actually the only place I can ambush. Everything else is there, and I like them in the game. Someone else may take them out, though. Not sure why. You know, it is actually valuable, because orange can take this maybe more easily with a cookie or something than with ships. So yeah, let's take red out of their misery here, and that'll bag them, and then I'll do the remaining stuff. Got confused. This wasn't blue that's doing this, and for some reason I thought it was. It's yellow that's doing it. I don't know that they're opposed to doing this. They're not really opposed to knocking red out, I guess. I don't remember what my reasoning was for why. Oh yeah, because orange. Yeah. Because this makes it harder on orange, I think, to take that location. Which means what else is left? I got a hyper jump. I kept looking at blue for the hyper jump. Yellow is actually the one who does it. Now, this can be taken from multiple places. Any ships on the board to one or more solar systems in the galaxy. It's all hyper jumping. Spaceships which have hyper jumped into non-friendly must immediately attack there, which I think includes attacking empty spaces, unlike the special ability to go back to your home world. I really don't know if I want to launch an attack. What is yellow's special ability? Amoebas don't eat much. But I could hyper jump into a friendly space and launch a big attack there, which might be appealing. Purple looks like they're in good shape, but here's the thing. Purple's my counterbalance to green, but they're close to me, man. Blue is heading that way against green. I think this is probably the best situation. And there could be table talk and discussion about, hey, you know, don't do that, you're helping green, but it's like, I want to hit one of you two, and yeah, I want to hit the one who's less of a threat to me. More of a threat to me. Okay, so hyper jumped into my own system so that I could launch an attack here. Took that out. Only moved one ship in plus a scout because I don't get eaten by amoebas as badly as anyone else. So an amoeba attack would just eat the scout. I got my cookie there. Cookie's not in a bad place for launching an attack in this direction. I'm beginning to look scary. Took the rest of the ship, swept into here, some pain, up into here, and then did my reposition up into this big thing. And now I've got a powerful 2, 4, 6, 7 production with a fair amount of all connected and everything, and in kind of some distance from other people if they want to attack. So I feel very safe there. Now I gotta say one thing. Most games that have this kind of design of like capture stuff, and get production off of it, usually do your production at the end of your turn. This feels very Risk-like, actually, where you get your production before your turn, you slap it down, and then you make your attacks. You spread yourself out. You look like you're in a great position, but you're not actually, right? Usually, because so I'm more used to wargame-ish type things, and I would count this in that kind of wargame-ish type thing, although it's more like Risk than doing. Hey, you take what you have, you launch your attacks with that, and then after your turn, you get to build new units. Or the new units you build can't do anything or something. So they become kind of a defensive force. In this case, it's more that Risk type style of play where you get to slap your production down right away, take advantage of any weaknesses that have occurred during other people's turns, and then you have that repositioning to fortify your defenses or whatever. That's going to put me on, looks like, didn't find much, if any, use to the hyper jump, and just solidified their position here. It's going to get me to the hyper jump for blue. It's an ugly, ugly situation. I would love to be able to launch an attack against this, but my ships just aren't going to be good enough. I don't have even a cookie to attack with, so I don't know. Look at the points: 2, 4, 6, 7 to 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, but more spread out. Which one's better? Yellow, all their power is right on my border, basically. This is their hyper jump to reinforce all to here, and put some scouts here to protect them, and swings through to beat up on yellow. Not really great odds. Wasn't able to get into here. I was hoping I was about even. Well, it didn't start working out that way. So I sliced through here and cut them off here, but I'm costing them for all their future ships that are at all small. So, I've taken a point away from them. They're still a 6, which means I could build a cookie. But my next ship would be this scout. Unless I want to build a monitor, which would leave me with no production whatsoever. And that puts me to the last player over here. Not much happening there, I guess. Just pulls back. After grabbing this, I didn't get in there in good enough odds, so I wasn't really able to attack that. I tried it once and failed. And once I dropped below 5 attacking, I'm like, screw it, man, going back. I think I screwed up. I think I was actually a -2 going in here. But anyhow, this is our position right now. Again, it feels like this is a million miles away, trying to get into there and go for it. You really have to kind of build up to do it. I've seen people make stabs, and they end up making it easier for the next person. So you really have to be careful about that side of things. There's a lot more strategy in this than maybe it seems like there would be. More than in Risk, where it feels like there's this sort of set pattern go for certain continents. They're easy to defend and shit like that. And it just really becomes kind of a fixed strategy. I don't feel like there is a fixed strategy with this. There's too much variance in the special abilities from the cards and in how the amoebas are positioned and everything. How the Doomsday device is. That this provides a more interesting challenge. I also think this provides a more interesting challenge than Wizard's Quest. I know some people like it. On the other hand, it's got the same flaws as those games do, which these designers have overcome in one game, I'll tell you, which is Dragon Hunt. And go look at my Dragon Hunt video, see how that works. That's got similar cleverness to the pulse, to the movement abilities in this game, but without as much of the tediousness, although there are still a lot of attacks. All right, let's send this one up.